In this video, you're going to get an overview of Glide's AI features. After the video, if you want to dive deeper into AI and no-code, check out the link in our bio or link in the description to go to No Code MBA's Building Apps with AI course, where you'll learn how to connect no-code tools like Bubble and Glide to OpenAI and Stable Diffusion and other AI APIs. Now let's go ahead and get into this video.
Hello and welcome back to the No Code MBA. My name's Oscar and today I'm going to be showing you how to implement Glide AI into your Glide app. So before I get started, there are a couple of things that I would like to just talk through to just explain at the top level how it actually works. So it's incredibly smart, and if you want to learn more about it, on the Glide website you can visit product and head straight to Glide AI, where you can see an overview of sort of what it's doing. Essentially what Glide have done is they have created first-party connections to various large language models, including GPT and Azure, to name a few. And they're also looking at introducing more as time goes on, which is really exciting. And essentially what that means is you don't need to integrate your Glide app with an AI service because Glide have actually done it for you. Now, just be aware that Glide AI is only available on certain pricing plans. So you won't be able to access all of Glide AI's features on the free plan. What I'm going to show you today is a couple of different examples of not only implementing Glide AI and how to do it, but also using a realistic use case that we have actually implemented for a couple of our own customers. So I'm going to jump across into Glide now. And what I've put together is a basic issue management app. And for context, this is with regards to, let's say, a property company who have a load of tenants that they're looking after, and they want to use Glide and Glide's AI to actually carry out things to do with issues that tenants are reporting in order to streamline that process, whether it's to summarize information, whether it's to categorize it, whether it's to analyze things that people have uploaded. And without further ado, I'm going to jump straight in and we're going to implement some of Glide AI during this session, and I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly how it works. So before anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to report an issue, and then we're going to take a look at exactly what's happening behind the scenes. So I'm going to click New Issue, and I'm going to describe this issue as if I were a tenant in a rental property, let's say. So I'm going to say I'm struggling to lock the front door and I'm concerned that it isn't locking properly. And I'm going to go and submit that. Okay, so immediately we can see here that it says front door lock issue. Now, obviously that's not what I typed in. I typed in something much more in depth than that. So when we click through and have a look into the sort of details screen, if you're not familiar with collections and forms and details views, you can find sort of beginners videos on Glide within the No Code MBA. This is probably a slightly more advanced level session. So within the details view of this issue that I've just submitted, we have the initial description that I entered here, and then we have an AI summary. So I'm going to show you exactly what that's doing. So I have a table of issues. I'm just going to delete this table because we don't need it. So I've got a table of issues here. And firstly, the purple icon is being created using a service called Hero Icons, which I've covered in another session before. It's a third-party service and it's really clever. It allows you to create essentially customizable icons in Glide apps. It's really, really great UI tip. So we're collecting the timestamp through a special value upon submission of this form, but most importantly, the issue itself. So here I just have a text column, which I've named issue stroke raw. And it's just a standard text column, and that's where I am writing the issue into. And then what I'm using is one of Glide AI's simpler functions. And this one is called generate text. And I'll go through and demonstrate some of the others shortly. But generate text essentially allows you to give a set of instructions to the AI and then input some information. Now, you can either input information from a column in your table or from the user's profile, or you can actually type your input. But in this case, what we're doing is we're pulling in the raw issue and it's summarizing it. And really with generate text and with AI in general, when you're playing around with these sort of tools, the key is often in the prompt. So the prompt here that I've put together, it's essentially a set of instructions that I'd like the AI to carry out. In this case, I have said, you are a property management professional analyzing issues reported by tenants. Please summarize this message in no more than 4 words so that a team can easily identify the issue. In other words, it's just summarizing it so that it makes sense for somebody who might be looking through these issues in order to try and resolve them. And in terms of how we might now look to enhance this, well, there are a number of ways, but I thought a really cool one to start off with would be auto-categorizing these issues. So in order to sort of speed things up a little bit, I've created some issue types in a separate table. So I've just simply got one column for the name of the issue for now, for the name of the type. And that is, and then the options are plumbing, electrical, gas, and just general maintenance. So going back into our issues table now, let's add some more Glide AI and see if we can actually automatically categorize the issues that people are submitting. So the first thing that we need to do is introduce a column called a joined list. Now, I'm going to explain why in just a second, but what I'm going to do is it's a computed column and it's a joined list, and it's just going to join the text in whichever table you choose, separated by whatever's in here. And in this case, it's a comma followed by a space. We want them comma separated. So I'm going to join the text in my issue type's name by a comma. And what that's going to produce is a list of comma separated issue types in this example. So let's call this issue types. Okay. Now, once we've done this, we can now introduce immediately Glide's AI. So I'm going to add another column in here, and I'm going to call this issue AI type. Okay. The reason I put a slash, as you may have seen before, is because it allows you to compartmentalize your columns under a top level naming convention. So in this case, everything to do with an issue, I want to put issue / the thing itself, and that just allows you to keep a really clean data structure. So we're going to use an AI column. So Glide's AI is implemented in one of 2 places. You can either do it like I'm doing in the column itself as a column, but you can also do it, you can also include Glide AI in an action. So I'll show you exactly how to access that towards the end of this video. But essentially, you can either use Glide AI through an action as a one-off AI function, or you can use it as a column, which I actually think is the better way to do it, provided you're not too worried about using up too many updates within your sort of glide pricing, within your plan. The reason I say that is because if you go and edit one of the columns that Glide AI is looking at, the output of Glide AI is going to change if it's a column. Whereas if it's an action, every time you edit, you need to run an action for the AI to go and redo whatever it needs to do. Whereas as a column, it's going to do that for you. So in terms of the options you have, you've got generate text, which is the one I've shown you. You've got text to Boolean, which basically sets something as either true or false. So in this example, perhaps using it to specify urgency and setting true where it believed an issue to be urgent, let's say. You've got text to choice, which is what we're going to use in a second. Text to date, to number, and then you've got audio to text. So Glide actually has a voice note component essentially, and what it can do is turn whatever you submit there into text, which is really cool. So you could actually allow people to simply report issues by a voice note and have the AI essentially create this raw issue for you here and then summarize it. And then finally, you've got document to text and image to text, which are fairly similar, and I'll go through some of these a bit later on. So we're going to use a text to choice, and you can see for each function how many updates Glide is going to use. It varies, I think, depending on the type of AI function that you're looking to use. So in this case, it's just one update per use, essentially, per run. So we're going to firstly put the input in. So the input is going to be our raw issue. Okay. And the choices are going to come from our issue types. So now we just need some instructions. And in fact, without even putting any extra instructions in, it seems to have got this one right. So let's save that, and let's just copy this, and we're going to paste this into here. You are a property management professional analyzing issues reported by tenants. Please choose the most suitable category for a given issue. Something like that. So there we go. So now going into our UI, let's actually add in another piece of information. So this is going to be the AI type. And then let's just put it into a hint component here. So this is going to come from our issue AI type, general maintenance. I'm just designing it like this so it's really clear to show you guys. So, and then perhaps let's actually also put it in here so you can see it in the list. Okay, so let's now go and add another issue and see what happens. My kitchen tap is not producing any hot water despite leaving it running for over 10 minutes. Okay, so let's submit that. No hot water tap, not bad, and it's come under plumbing. So as you can see there, Glide AI is once the data's in our table, it's analyzing the raw description to both provide a summary and also to choose from our list of categories. The next one that I'm going to show you is image/document analysis using Glide AI. So let's say perhaps you wanted to analyze receipts or any form of document that you'd like to simply upload to the app and have it summarized without having to go through it. Now, if you imagine what we're doing right now would be easy if there were just one or two entries. But imagine if there were hundreds and you're extremely busy. suddenly what this is going to do is save, well, insane amounts of time for the user who's responsible for analyzing this sort of thing. So let's go to back to our issues, and let's introduce the ability to upload an image. Okay, so that's just going to be a basic image column. And let's say we'd like to firstly just describe the document that's been uploaded. So in fact, I'll just change this. So rather than image, it's file. Files and images can both, PDFs or images can both be uploaded into this image column. It's a really powerful column. So we've got a column now for the file upload itself. Now let's introduce some Glide AI and just get a top level description for what we're uploading. So let's choose image to text, and the method. So we can extract the text from an image as just raw text or as JSON. But for now, let's just describe it. Okay, and the image is going to come from file uploaded. Okay. And let's say we also wanted to actually extract some information from the file that we're going to upload and also display that. So I'm going to add another AI column here. Let's call it file extracted data. Okay, and it's going to be another AI column. This time it's going to be a document to text. Basically, it's going to convert the document into text based on what we provide it. So again, the document is going to be the file uploaded. Okay, so we've set up a column for our file, and now we've set up a column to describe the file and a column to extract the data from that file. So let's just introduce this into the UI and then see if it works. I haven't yet done this. So what we're firstly going to do is, when we're adding our issue, let's also add, in actual fact, let's use a file picker. Okay. And that is going to write into file uploaded, upload a file. Okay, and then let's just go into our data and into our details view, sorry. Let's add in a new container and just set that to card. And then let's add in fact, let's have a link, and that is going to just open the file so we can actually have a look and see what's been uploaded. And let's also have a hint component that's going to display the file description. Okay, and let's have another one like this that's going to display the AI extracted data. And let's then just include one final hint. Oh, there we go. Put that into our, I'm just moved myself over here. Put that into the same container. And this can come from our file extracted data. And this one can come from our file description. So we've built the UI for this to now happen. So let's see what happens when we upload an issue with a file. So in this case, I've got a test receipt that I'm going to upload. Okay, so I'm having problems operating my new kitchen appliance. I've attached the receipt for you to see. And we're going to upload a file. That's going to be our sample receipt. Okay. So let's just submit this and see what happens. Okay, so immediately the summary is appliance operation issue. It's come under general maintenance, which is perfect. And now we're going to click in and see what's happened. So firstly, to show you the file, looks like it's worked really well. So this is what I've uploaded. It's a dummy, it's a sample invoice. It's got some information about totals and an invoice number and some information about customer ID, street address, and then it's just got a few line items with some amounts in there. Going back into Glide, what we can now see is the description. So a close-up of a receipt and a close-up of text. I guess that's right. So it looks like there's maybe some refinement to be done there. And then we've got our extracted data. So we've got our invoice number, our date, our street address. We've got our description with the first line item and the value. It's pulled through the customer ID with the street address. So it's basically, it's even got at the bottom, thanks for your business, make all checks payable too. So what we've done there in, well, a matter of minutes is create a solution that allows somebody to report issues, including files and or images, that immediately are summarized, categorized, and the files are analyzed all by Glide AI. And there's no need for any integration there. So I hope that this has been an interesting introduction into Glide AI. One thing that would be really cool to try, which unfortunately I can't on this video because of course my voice is being connected to the microphone of the recording. But what you could do is introduce an audio recorder. So I've put a component in here just to show you what that looks like. If you had an issue recording and write it into a URL. So if you had an issue recording column, what you could actually do is write into the issue recording with, let's see if it does work. And then what you could do in your issues table, once you're saving the recording, is you could have another AI function called, let's say, audio summary, and that is going to use a Glide audio to text. You're going to feed it the issue recording, and then it will simply translate that into text. So let's see if it does work. I don't think it will. This is just a test recording. Let's see if that has worked. Audio test requested. Let's have a look. No. So it hasn't picked up my voice because it's connected to the screen recording. But that's essentially how that would work. You can use the Glide audio recorder. You can choose a column to save your recording to, and you can even have an action on submit. So you could, for example, and this is now kind of to demonstrate how you can use Glide in actions, Glide's AI in actions. You could, under the action, you could say AI audio to text, and then you could simply pass the audio URL through and put the results, and then choose the column to which you output the results. So you would write that into issue. I don't know where that's gone. So that's kind of a summary of Glide AI in a nutshell. To just recap, in terms of the functions that you have available to you, you've got generate text, text to Boolean, text to choice. These ones are my favorites because there are so many use cases for implementing these sort of functionalities. You've got text to date and text to number, audio to text, which we've just tried to implement, and then we've got document and image to text as well. These two are really powerful for any kind of solution where you're uploading receipts in particular would be a great example, or sort of photos or snapshots of handwritten notes that you just want to turn into data and display how you would like to in an app. So I hope this has been useful. Thanks again for joining me, and enjoy, have fun, and hopefully you'll see me soon in another session.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about building apps with AI and no code, check out the link in our description or go to No Code MBA and check out our Building Apps with AI course, where you'll learn how to build fully featured text and image generation apps using no code tools like Bubble and AI APIs like Stable Diffusion and OpenAI. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all of our future free videos that we're releasing here on the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.